I called my mom to get some insight. My mom is also a therapist, as everybody else in the family is, and she also struggles with chocolate, just like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, Mom, I'm trying to figure this out. This is what I found. How did this get set up? What happened in my youth that I run to chocolate when, I feel lonely or brokenhearted or depressed? And she gets this horrible look on her face. And she says, Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. And I said, Mom, it's okay. We're talking about 1965. It was 40 years ago. Now it will be 60 years ago. I love you. I forgive you. I just want to figure out what happened. She said, Well, honey, I'm so sorry, but when you were 1 year old in 1965, your dad, my husband, was a captain in the army, and they were talking about sending him to Vietnam. And we were getting pregnant with your sister, and I was terrified that I was going to be an army widow with two small kids. At the same time, your grandfather, my dad, had just gotten out of prison. And he had disappeared for 2 years, and I was horribly depressed. I didn't know where he was. So when you came to me and you needed love, you needed hugs, you needed someone to play with, like a toddler does. I didn't have the wherewithal to do that. I just wanted to sit and stare at the wall and be depressed and anxious all the time. And so I put a big bottle of chocolate Bosco syrup in a refrigerator on the floor. And I'd say, honey, go get your Bosco. And I'd go crawling over to go get the Bosco syrup. And I'd open the bottle, I'd suck on the bottle, and I'd go into a chocolate sugar coma. And my mother didn't have to be bothered at that time. It sounds like a movie moment, right? Like if this were the movies, then I would never have trouble with chocolate again. Mom and I would have a big hug and a big cry. Oh, mommy, I forgive you. I love you. But it made my binging worse.
Mm.
The reason it made my binging worse was because I suddenly became very aware of this voice of justification, which said something like, you know what, Glenn, you're right. Our mama didn't love us enough, and she put a great big chocolate-sized hole in your heart. And until you can either fix the marriage or get out of the marriage and find love, you're going to have to keep right on binging. Yippee, go get me more right now, some chocolate.